Hey, episode 2 time. The first episode was kind of meh. Not the episode itself, but my video. Despite what my family members and friends tell you, that video was not the greatest in terms of quality. Mainly because, at the last minute, I had the video ready, I was going to upload it, and then YouTube copyright happened. So I scrambled to try and put together that video so I could get it uploaded on time. And it led to me making a lot of editing mistakes and stuff because I was rushing it. Um, Despite what my family members tell you, and my friends, they are contractually obligated to like my video, regardless of how good it is in terms of quality, so their opinion does not count, despite how good it makes me feel. So, I'm sorry for the lack of quality in the last episode, but now that I know what I'm dealing with, this video is probably going to be better in terms of quality, and you're going to see some changes in the general format I use. Like, as you'll see here, the episode itself is now in the bottom middle instead of the top right. I put it in the top right before. That's just because that's what made sense to me at the time. But it does make more sense to have it in the middle. That's what most people do. Like, seriously though, like, the level of quality in that video from my editing is very, very embarrassing. Like, the only thing more embarrassing than that is being a MHA fan. So I will continue with this format as far as I'm aware, unless I find a better alternative. We're just gonna see how this episode goes. Hopefully it'll be better. But yeah, let's get into it.
Previously on Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Another fun little detail about the series is that when they're doing the previously on Tales of the TMNT segment, whichever turtle was the star of the previous episode, in this case Leo, is the one doing the segment, which is a cool way of showing how the turtles would describe what happened in their episode to someone else if they were telling a story. It's a really cool way to frame the previously on Tales of the TMNT segments without making them feel boring or skippable.
We are going to this party. Everyone loves us.
I'm not gonna let anything happen to us, Dad.
I've got this.
I'm not worried.
Humans all seem pretty awesome.
Even if we run into trouble, there's nothing we can't handle together.
I can't handle this.
So, I know in the previous episode that I said that being thrown straight into the swing of things was a positive, but for this episode, for Mikey, it seems weird. Like, they throw you in so quickly, and it feels so abrupt. It kind of doesn't work for me. But one detail I will say here is Leo says, "There's nothing we can't handle together," and then Mikey follows that up in his scene saying, "I can't handle this," meaning they could handle it together, but Mikey alone cannot.
Why do you keep on thinking I'm the bad guy here?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that you've been using me as a human shield this entire time?
I'm not human shooting you.
How far did Mikey and Rod drive for the explosion to be just as far away from them as it was from Leo, and he got flung into the distance from the explosion? They must have absolutely booked it. Much like I talked about Leo in the last episode, each turtle has their own way of retelling the story of what happened with Bishop and the Mechazoids at the shipyard. And Mikey's has this scrapbook style, which is really neat. Also, nerdlinger is a crazy insult.
My brothers are in trouble and I need to do something. I was supposed to be at a party tonight. I'd be great at parties. I'm not the one that's supposed to figure out stuff. I'm not the smart one or the strong one or... Dude, thanks. I really appreciate that.
What? No. I was feeling your weird mutant skin.
Of course, you threw away what could have been a great character moment for Rod and Mikey and helped them bond, but no, you turned into a joke, because why would you have any kind of meaningful interaction between two characters?
Really? Why? This way.
Going over cars and stuff like this in the middle of the street is something we don't really get from TMNT, and it's one of the benefits we have from the turtles being no knowledge to the public so early on in the story.
You're gonna make me into a mutant.
Bro, you have no idea how stressed out I was for Rod throughout the entirety of the series. After what happened with Timothy, like, this is the exact same plot line, bro. You had me so scared Rod please do not get yourself mutated in the future, in movies or shows. It'll probably will happen because they're setting it up to happen, but please don't. I don't want to have to deal with that trauma again.
I can't. It's too irresponsible. Leo always says...
I'll throw in $1 million.
I'm in.
Honestly, you know what? I don't even blame Mikey here, bro. Like, if I was put in this situation and I was offered $1 million to help Rod out, I'd probably take the same offer. So, when this robot is on its knees here, it does not have the little cat thing on its head. Once it's done looking at the image and it pans back to the robot's face, it does have the cat thing on its head. And as it's running away from the camera, the cat on its head becomes larger. Like, the amount of inconsistency with that cat is kind of crazy.
Blood transfusions.
If you say so.
Alright, Mikey, you need to chill. You're getting way too freaky with Rod there, man.
Usually Leo's thing.
So there's Leo the leader, Raph the muscle, Donnie the smart one, and you. What do you do again?
I bring a certain je ne sais quoi.
Okay, Google Translate is telling me that Mikey says, I don't know what in French there at the end of his sentence. So he's saying, I bring a certain I don't know what. So Mikey is stupid.
Super intense.
It's called anisocoria, if you must know. My mom says David Bowie had the same condition, and it makes me super special.
It's cool how they foreshadow the reason the Megazords are going after Rod and not having it just be some random thing that comes up toward the end of the story arc. Otherwise, it would have felt a lot more out of nowhere, so I'm glad they actually put a little bit of effort into setting it up. One strange little detail here is these little effects that pop up over Mikey throughout this scene, showing him like reacting to stuff and allowing for more expressiveness in the animation, but it's something that they don't do anywhere else in the series, and it doesn't make a ton of sense to me why they wouldn't do it anywhere else.
That was fast. What was that, like 2 minutes?
Wait. So Mikey said that the power would be off for 6 minutes, but this guy said it was only out for 2 minutes. So either Mikey was wrong, and that's why he's shocked later when the cameras are suddenly back online, or this guy's just an idiot and it wasn't 2 minutes. Okay, but like, where did this seal come from? They never showed a seal in a cage earlier. I guess he just escaped off camera, unless they just had a seal in their fountain for some unknown reason.
You're everyone's favorite turtle.
You really think so?
Yeah, Rod is right. Most of the time, everyone's favorite turtle is Mikey.
Just do as I do.
One fun little detail about Mikey is he's constantly doing flips. In this scene here, when he's trying to get across the courtyard and over to the doorway, he does 3 flips, and that's just one example of him doing flips constantly.
Don't worry. I doubt Jay-Z and Beyonce came up with Blue Ivy on the first shot.
That's a crazy comparison, Mikey, but okay, I guess it works.
He wants the candy bar!
Well then, give it to him!
Here, take it!
One little continuity error here is that it was the other park ranger guy who had the candy bar in the last scene, and also the candy bar appears to be bigger than it did in the previous scene.
Oh, why is it not working? Why am I not mutagen man?
You know, a bear or snow leopard mutant would have been really cool, but of course they decided to give us Pigeon Pete.
Wow, that's some magical glass.
So, weird detail here. The mutagen, or Mikey's blood, fell into the trash can and poured into another little chemical container thing, and it turned purple and then made Pigeon Pete. Pigeon Pete doesn't appear to be any different than any normal mutant, so I don't know why they added that detail. It's not like he's some kind of genetic anomaly where he's different than the other mutants. He's just normal.
Wait, what did you inject me with?
I don't know, monkey blood maybe?
Am I gonna turn into a monkey?
Okay, but like, don't false blood transfusions like kill you, let alone from a completely different species? More fun little Easter eggs here. If you were paying close enough attention, you would see that the robot is focusing on Rod's eyes, which is another way to signify that the reason the robot is targeting Rod is because of the mutation with his corneas.
We're gonna get through this.
Hey yo, Pigeon Pete.
And this robot is about to get some responsibility of sight to head.
Hey, this is the scene with Mikey at the end of last episode on Bishop's TV screen, where he was giving us that stern face and infinitely spinning his nunchuck.
What about this?
Alright, this has got to be proof Mikey's a better fighter than Leo in this version, because Leo couldn't do anything like this when he was fighting his robot.
This probably isn't what you want to hear, but my phone's broken.
Bro, Pigeon Pete doubling back to confirm is so funny to me. He could not believe this. He had to see it with his own eyes. See it to believe it, Pigeon Pete.
Dude, you're the worst. You don't know your dad's number?
Nobody knows anybody's number. That's what the phone is for.
Valid take from Rod. Very rare. More great demonstration of the robots adapting and using their environment to repair themselves. Overall, this was a pretty solid episode. We got introduced to Pigeon Pete and Rod, as well as we got to see what Mikey was up to alongside Pigeon Pete and Rod. This episode was kind of all over the place a lot of the times. Rod kind of being a lot like Timothy in a lot of ways. He doesn't wind up getting mutated at the end of the series, but I do think it's very likely he probably will get mutated into something in the future, whether it is Mutagen Man like they foreshadowed or something else. I don't know. I'd say this episode was better than the last one, both the episode itself and my editing and video quality. So I hope you enjoyed it. But no, this was a pretty good video, or pretty good episode. Can't wait to get to Raph's episode, because I really enjoyed that one on my first time watch. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next time.